Hello, my name's Jeff. Welcome back to the channel, and I've been noticing something that's been a lot on my mind as the theme of this video is going to be about, but involves like incessant chatter in my mind. And what sucks is I'm aware of it, and I try to do things that curb it, but it's just this ever-ending battle of push and pull. And making this video out there to see who relates and maybe to get some insights, because you learn and read stuff, but you just get to a point where you can't do it alone. And I'm in a full believer of like self-reliance and figuring things out for yourself. But man, lately I'll just go on YouTube and like social media, and I'll be like reading news or things that are kind of educational, and then I'll see other things, and then I just get into this comparison game that's just exhausting. And I think it just stems from my brain wanting answers or some guidance right now. And I'm 28, so I think this could be an age thing too, just trying to figure out your 20s. No one has it fully figured out, to be honest. Some food for thought is, once you get to, I don't know, I've been trying to follow like philosophy and getting other people's insights, and separating the self from what you are. And my brain's just, it's constantly going like 120 miles per hour, at least when I'm on YouTube. I notice when I watch like my favorite shows or reading a book or something, it gets kind of silenced because I'm just focusing on, enjoying the show or something. So I think my relationship with YouTube is not the best, because I guess I just view everything with a lens of trying to create something. So think of it as this, like I'll just be watching like a YouTuber who plays games or makes content about dating and politics and all these things, and it just becomes a lot of noise that some of it is important, but most of it is not. And trying to get in tune with my own intuition and trusting myself, because I'll look to other people, things, lifestyles for guidance, and it's exhausting. And I don't know if I'm just I don't like using this word at all, like victim. What's another good word? I guess just a part of the process. Like I'm just another person here chatting with you on a camera. We're just putting it to brass tacks, right? Because a lot of us tend to compare. I do a lot lately. And even though I've read countless books and things about comparison stuff, I just have that unconscious thing of comparing. And I dislike this part of myself a lot. And I grew up as an only child, so I have no siblings. So I think I look to friends and others sometimes for seeing what's going on in their life. And I do less and less of this, but I think now it's compelled me to sit down here and record a video, because I'm just getting tired of it. And I'm trying to make active steps to X this shit out. Because honestly, sometimes when I record a video, I'm like, I got this going on in the background of thoughts, and they come and go. And whether it's living in California, wanting to move out, do I want to move out? How's my price? How's my income? Do I want to make this work? And then I'm like, well, getting close to, and you get all this noise in your head from something that isn't you. It's just your mind, right? And it's like, whoa, you're making it really simple there. But there'll be times where I have absolute bliss, no thoughts, and just purely in the moment. Like out here sitting in this backyard and talking to this camera, pretty great, honestly. It's quite nice. It's starting to get warm around in California, so got straight hydrated when making these videos, because the next like 4 or 5 days it's about to be like high 90s. And I do not like hot weather. I'd rather it be a little on the colder side and just layer up. But it's very interesting with, there's just so, like, even when I try to stop myself from interacting with social media, my friends will send me reels upon reels, and so fucking much. Like, damn, stop with the reels, dude. Oh my God, don't even need to send me 9. And if a friend is watching, I'm sorry, man. I've kind of expressed this in my conversations, but people need to know it's like this amount of content, no human can just keep watching that without feeling some sort of like change in their psyche. And for me, it just, and especially if it's like stupid content that's just dumb and like you may get a laugh here and there, but if you get like 8 of those in a row, I'm not watching all 8 in a row, man. Come on. I'm not going to do that. It's too much. It's too much. Especially when it's some like jacked up shit that like, this is like, wow, why did I need to see this? Like, you're just spreading like trauma and pain of you consuming this reel to me. Like, I don't scroll Instagram home feed. I'll lose my mind. YouTube shorts, they push that so much on you that sometimes you'll catch yourself in a 5-minute spiral of it. And I'm like, oh my God, I hate this. So I try to consciously click the 3 dots and be like, no more shorts. But God, even the recommended tab is bad. You just get like these long form videos and there's only so much time in a day. And I guess it just comes down to simply to not watch it or not. But I'll be compelled to be like, oh, maybe I'll find something new here if I do it at 2 times speed. And then you're like, oh, it's like 30-some minutes. Maybe I could have been reading a book. Maybe I could have been doing this and that. And then I just get like choice paralysis. And it gets exhausting, man. It's just the state of things when it comes to content. I think the main take, like, have some self-control, right? My takeaway here. Because you can end up like me, where it's just like every day is an attention, like your use of attention is invaluable because that's a currency nowadays and time is finite. And luckily, I think through discipline, I still fit the gym in like 1 or 2 hours a day and then have work 7 to 4-ish, do the gym right after, and then get sleep. And then I have like, you know, a couple hours of free time. Usually it's playing games or watching shows and stuff. But then I'm thinking, oh, should I make more money? Should I do this? And then I'm like, that's not, I don't feel passionate of doing that. But in California, if you want like to live on your own and have like your own space, you kind of need to make more money. And it's just, I don't know. I sometimes feel a little embarrassed recording a video like this because it's just me kind of blurting out shit in a stream of consciousness. I put notes down to record these and try to get a pulse on exactly what I want to talk about. But I think this is my state of mind lately that I hope someone can resonate with. I think resonate's my favorite word lately. I probably use it in most of my videos, if not all lately. But I look for content like this because it's real, down to earth, and not curate. I don't edit any of my videos. Anything fly, unless it happens at the last 5 seconds of the video where it's like, oh, it's me like pressing the phone to hit off or something, or not even that sometimes, maybe some like chatter, then I'll edit it out. But if I like do a mess up in the video and it's like 20 minutes long, I don't care. Like, okay, cool. That 1 minute I was just off a tangent, who cares? We're all gonna die one day, right? So it's funny, some people, you'll say that saying and they think you're like wanting to unalive yourself. And I'm like, no, I actually love my life a lot. And I feel I have a lot of life to give and many things to learn. And it's very exciting, such as learning a language. That's been one little hobby of mine, is just learning a language each day. I was pretty upset with Duolingo, honestly. Over a year and stuff, and I still feel like it's basic, and was reading reviews and stuff about it. And people are saying it's not like the best for language learning, so I started looking into that. And well, I guess it also circles back to, with reviews and stuff, you don't want to read so many of them that your own opinion is warped in what you buy. But you also don't want to be ignorant and purchase a crap product and get taken advantage of. Such is life, man. I think it's just good to be introspective. I think that's one of my favorite traits I have, is that each day I try to have like some new insights, or just honing in on Jeff, because some days I really don't feel great. Like, I'm not in a loving place. Not that I'm filled with hate or anything, but not self-loathing either, but just not being like 100%, carefree, and not letting stressors and things in my life affect me. Everyone's going to have ups and downs, but I just want to learn about myself more, and hopefully through these videos, we can all learn a little more about ourselves through conversation. I love comments. I think that's a great way to have some sort of community. And, maybe one day I'm going to hate comments. I don't really know. I think right now it's nice for what it is right now, and proud of anything I put up. I second guess myself all the time before I'm setting up the camera, the tripod, putting it down. I'm like, what am I going to talk? Is it stupid, silly? But once I sit down and start to get the ball rolling, everything feels a little less heavy, which is pretty profound. And I like profound things because it makes me think in a way that's entirely different than what I may have thought before. There's parts of me sometimes that thinks I don't even think I'm capable of being in a relationship right now or having the capacity for that. But also, I just don't want meaningless things. So is it just a time of not being a monk, but just finding my own path? I guess time will only tell with those kind of things, but I think learning about yourself is very important, because if you're just kind of autopiloting it in a state of ignorance, it's a really scary thing. I saw this dating show thing of a guy who was 29, maybe a year older than me or less, and he was the cringiest dude ever, just super narcissistic, had no self-awareness, and instead of being like, screw this guy, I just felt like immense pity for him, because I don't want to be like that. And I hope if I ever did become that, like, the people in my life would call me out on that and change that. I used to have really bad anger issues where it came to a breaking point with my friendships, and I had a choice of either you change this or you're going to lose your friends you've had for a really long time in your life that you shouldn't take for granted, because they're ride or dies. And I love them very much. And I'm glad they said something, because the behavior I had then with my anger was very unacceptable. And it led me to It led me to who I am today, is a cliche. It's the truth, though. It's the truth. It's hard to find objective truth. What does that even mean? You always hear a saying of like, speak your truth, but like, okay, so if my truth is 2 + 2 is 6, I'm wrong, though. That's not the truth. The sky is not blue. Speak your truth, king. Okay, yeah. I always found that saying a bunch of bullshit. Stupid. I'd rather someone tell me the truth and fully offend me than tell me a sweet lie. And I just not better for it. Because in a way, they don't believe or trust in how I'll react to it in a mature manner, or they don't want to give me that courtesy. That's why picking people in your life is so important, because like a couple bad eggs can really affect how your relationships go and so forth as you get older. I think since 25, 26, most of my close friends are like engaged or married. And I have other friends who are single and stuff, but ones I've had from like elementary, They're in loving relationships right now, for all that I know. At least from the outside, it looks good. And I think that environment sometimes makes me want to compare, which is a bad thing. And you see relationships and stuff. I think it was something like a new Netflix show about dating without age stuff. And I find that fascinating because I'm not super picky. I think the only thing is I just want someone who's active as me and cares about their health, because living with someone that doesn't align with those ideals just doesn't appeal to me. But when it comes to age, to a certain point, like I've talked to women in their 30s, definitely 20s because I'm in my 20s, but I would consider maybe 40, but that's very like an outlier. Honestly, not on my mind a lot. But in that show, it was like a guy who was 27 and this girl that was 54, and they had like great chemistry and all that, and it was very fascinating because I'm like, damn, never say never, right? Always gotta have a little hope in this world, because if you just full of despair, you'll look into the abyss and the abyss will stare back at you. And it's all consuming. And I think I've definitely stared into the abyss a couple of times in my life, but never the point where it became me. Because in my opinion, once you become the abyss, you're one step closer, or a few steps closer to not being here on this earth anymore. And I really hope no one who's watching this is there. And if you're fighting that battle, I sympathize and also empathize with you. Because that's really tough. It's hard to put into words. And I think in the proud year of 2026, with AI, state of the world, countless topics that could lead to someone just feeling that way, lack of connection. I know I'm trying to look for more connection in my life. Part of it is me just being a little lazy with it. I think it's just being honest with, my wants and needs for humans to have connection, and finding that balance. When the pandemic was around, I actually really liked my alone time. I was like, wow, this is great. I don't have to go out and be presentable. I could just stay home, focus on my family, making sure my parents are safe and no one's getting sick. And for a time, just put everything else on hold, going out, finding relationships, moving out, all this stuff. And then ever since like 2024, when I felt like it was fully away, just kind of missed that time. But then I started really, taking the gym seriously, my diet, wanting to travel and explore, follow some passions like this YouTube channel. I just see a hummingbird right now, and I love hummingbirds. I think they're like the coolest bird ever. They're just very colorful and they fly so fast. It's a pleasure. It's a joy to see them out here, and it's a joy to make these videos as well. So I think that's at least all the thoughts I had for this video as of now. So thank you for stopping by and listening to what I have to say. And have a good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time you're watching this. It means a lot that you take time out of your day to watch these videos and hear my 2 cents on things. So catch you in the next video or topic thing. Going to try experimenting and just talk about the things that I like to talk about. And hope you're along for the ride. If not, that's okay. I appreciate you stopping by anyway, even for this video. Thank you.